Hello everyone and welcome back to the GP4 Formula E Offline Championship for round 6 of the 2020 FE Championship, as we are reporting from Estoril, just a few kilometers outside of Lisbon in the sunny city of Estoril for the Estoril ePrix. My name is Miran in the commentary booth today, and joining me on this sunny afternoon is Yuri. Good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon. All good. And yep, how are you?
Yes, I am doing very well. Great to be commentating back again for the GP4 OC, and yes, it is gonna be a pretty nice qualifying and race that we are having ahead of us. So yeah, the second time in a row that the GP4 OC Formula E Championship heads to Portugal. So I think we are in for a pretty good time once again.
Yeah, I'd say so. From what I figured out from the track testing, seems like the track is quite good for these cars. So yeah, some things I was supposed to do was that I was supposed to change some of the failure names to be more suitable for Formula E, but I forgot. So there can still be. The game will say that there's an engine failure, even though these cars don't have engines.
I will just say it's a battery failure or
Yeah,
something.
because this is not motorsport, this is battery sport.
Very true. Um, but yeah, I
Yeah, I
think it
think.
is.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think there are some people in the chat, so I think we can begin the qualifying.
Yes. So no rain expected for qualifying. It's clear skies ahead of us
Well, it's
here at.
cloudy actually.
Yeah. So not very clear, but no rain at least. So it's gonna be a dry qualifying here at Estoril.
So yeah, we can begin as we see Monaco loading screen from the original game.
Yeah, that is in fact not the circuit we'll be racing at. So
Thankfully.
just for those, yeah. As yeah, here we are then. So yeah, it is pretty interesting that the GP4 OC returns to Estoril. We've only raced here on one occasion, and that was GP2 back in 2014. So I think it is pretty good to be back here. We're in for a pretty good qualifying, I think. Um, and yeah, we'll see who will be able to take pole. Obviously, so far in the season, we have not had any driver take pole more than 2 times. So we'll see. As the first car out
Pretty.
is Agi Prasan of Venturi, as he makes his way out of the circuit and onto the first corner. But before we get stuck in with qualifying, then let's actually go through the track then. So the Circuito do Estoril, or the Autodromo do Estoril, officially it is known as the Autodromo Fernanda Pires da Silva, so it has quite a lot of names, but I'm just gonna call it Estoril for simpler purposes. The circuit first opened in 1972, so it is fairly old, but it has seen some revisions over the years. Formula 1 used to race here from 1984 to 1996. However, they stopped racing here due to FIA safety grounds. The circuit was then renovated, I believe, somewhere around 2000. And that was when motorcycles started coming in. So the Portuguese Motorcycle Grand Prix started in 2000. And we've seen a lot of different racing series come to this circuit in the Portuguese countryside. Stuff like MotoGP, I think the World Endurance Championship was here, or was the European Le Mans Series, International GP Open, and some lesser known series like the European Truck Racing Championship, or the Super League Formula, which is a pretty obscure series that ran in the 2000s, where football teams took up the grid. So it was a pretty interesting concept, but that series is now defunct. and now we have Formula E cars racing here. But let's go through the track characteristics and details then. So this layout we're racing at, I believe it is an older layout of the circuit. So we got 4.360 kilometers and a total of 13 turns. Now, some would say that this circuit, elevation-wise, would be quite similar to the track that we raced at last time out at Portimao, with the long straights and sweeping corners, and I can see that, especially the first few corners as well, turns up to turns 4, 5, and 6. And I think it is pretty interesting. It's got the elevation change, and the second to last sector is a pretty tight one as well, so there's a lot of sweeping corners. I think we're going to see some good overtakes here as well, and yeah, I think we're in for a good race, don't you think, Yuri?
Yeah, I think this could be a good race. The track definitely allows overtaking, and knowing GP4, we could be seeing some mistakes into the turn 1, turn 2 area.
Yeah, I definitely think that, yeah, it's going to be a close race, so we'll see how the drivers fares. We're having the first few times come in as Tobias Kress goes on to the top spot there with a 1:22.1. Here is Darbo's Daniel next across the line. He slots into P6. And then his teammate Michael Clark, who took pole last time out at Portimao, he only manages P3. Here's Agatino Bivona in the Audi as he takes the slowest spot on the grid. Alan Jefferson next across the line. He goes fastest, 2/10 faster than Tobias Kress. As Dominic Deselli will cross the line, slots into P10 as Eduardo Silva goes P13, followed by his teammate Samet Özkan, who won last time out at Portimao. Then it is Michael Mocho, as he is at home territory, I believe, if I am not mistaken, as Alexander Arnold goes P2. Jordan Howell is the last car to cross the line as he slots into P8. So those are the first few times on the board then. And it is Alan Jefferson for Nissan Edams who is fastest at the moment from Alexander Arnold in the Neo, who is P2. And then it is his fellow countryman Tobias Kress.
Just to notify it into the chat, is that I am unable to write in the YouTube chat. So yeah, just saying that.
Okay. Yeah, the first few times on the board then. And Yuri, I do have a question. We do know that qualifying is quite close in Formula E, and I think the previous results in qualifying in the first 5 rounds do really prove that. But would you say that you could predict anyone for the pole today?
Usually nope, but I do think the people who have been qualifying well for the last few rounds should be having good chances here as well. I do want to believe that the championship contenders especially should get up to the front. But yeah, meanwhile the championship leader is at the moment last, so I guess that's down the toilet.
Yeah, was just about to mention that actually. Championship leader Bivona P22, so I think he probably didn't get a very, very good run. And then his championship contender Darbos Daniel down in P16, so the top 2 out of the points. However, these are only...
Well,
yeah.
the pit lane is really weird in this track, as it seems like. I have no clue what are the cars doing in the pit lane.
Yeah, that is very strange, but yeah, I don't know. But everyone's gone out on their first few runs then. It'll be interesting to await as the cars go out on their second runs. Pretty interesting nonetheless, as everyone is in the pits at the moment. Your current top 10 is Jefferson,
What the
Arnold,
hell is
Kress.
going on?
Oh yeah, I just saw that. Wow. What on earth is happening here? I think there's been a bit of a traffic jam in the pit lane, to say the least. As
This
everyone is just, yeah, look at this. Oh dear. As everyone is just trying to come into the pits at the same time, but
Chow China is trying to get into the track and finally manages to.
yeah, Chao Shinot is the first man out again then, as I think everyone just started to come out at the same time and it didn't really work. But I think the traffic jam in the pits has cleared up as everyone is out on their runs again for a second time. But let's go through your top 5 then. Just before everyone starts with their times, it's Alan Jefferson, followed by Alexander Arnold, Tobias Kress, Javier Way, then it's
Racine.
yeah, Razin, and then yeah, that's your top 5. So yeah, we'll see if the order will shake up as everyone heads out for their second runs with 22 minutes remaining, as it is gonna be Fong Chanok Chao Shinot, who is gonna get a first time, and he's on his outlap at the moment. So is everyone else, as they're all slowly exiting the pit lane. As we see Chao Shinot make his way through through turn 8. That was. I actually did just see now that this is that I got the wrong track details, because this is the original Estoril circuit from 1984. So I was wrong on that. But yeah, as Chao Shinot starts his time then, heading into turn 1 Curval. So he heads through there, then onto turn 2, which is called turn 2. Then on to turn 3. Nice and tidy through there. As he heads into turn 4 right about now. Curva VIP, as it is called.
Ooh.
In the first sector, yeah, just a thousandth of a second up there. So pretty good stuff from the tie driver, but we'll see if he can improve, because there's still 2 sectors to go. As he has to turn 5, that small kink counts as turn 5. Then on to turn 6, which is called the Parabolica, not to be confused with the Monza corner name, but yeah, it is called the Parabolica. Then turn 7, as he makes his way onto the middle sector. Let's see his sector 2 time then, Chao Shinot. As it's about a 10th off, yeah.
But could still get into top 3 with this lap.
Yeah, definitely. As let's see what it will be for Functional Chao Shinot as he heads through the final corner, also called the Parabolica for some reason. But we're going to see what it will be for the man in the Porsche, as he will cross the line now, and
P2.
it is P2. And next to cross the line is Robert Ionescu. He can't improve, as we saw an improve from Henson there. There's Agi Prasan, who is on a lap. As you're going to want to watch the timing board on the left, as we're going to see all the improvements now. Prasan goes P18, or P16, sorry. As there was Daniel, gets himself into the points, he's P10. Mohamed Razin cannot improve. Michael Clark goes fastest by 400ths of a second from Alan Jefferson. Let's see, Agatino Bivona. Can he get himself out of last place? Yes, he can, as he goes P3, the championship leader. I think that is going to be pretty good for him.
Clark
Daniel
took
Noakes.
the pole position last time around, so he's on a good form, it seems like.
Yeah, that is true. Samet Özkan P19 as Javier Way goes fastest out of anyone else. 1/10 clear from Michael Clark, as he will take provisional pole away from the British driver. Alexander Arnold is on a lap here, as he has been knocked down all the way to P6, as it was P2 just before the times. We'll see if he can improve. No, he cannot. Eduardo Silva, though, as he's going to cross the line just almost about side by side with his fellow countryman Alan Jefferson. Dominic Deselli in the Mahindra, as he will cross the line now. He cannot improve. Here's Michael Mocho as he goes P3. Yeah, good stuff from Michael Mocho. No
Lots of
improvement.
people improved in Sector 1 and 2, but then lost it all into Sector 3.
Yeah, Sector 3 is proving to be quite challenging, I think, especially that what is it? Turn 10, which is quite sharp, and then the fast final corner of turn 11, I think, is proving to be a bit difficult to master for some of the drivers. But yeah, we'll see now that everyone is coming into the pits. Top 5 has completely shifted. It's Javier Way who takes provisional pole. Then it's Clark, Mocho, Jefferson, and Bivona. So the top 5 has completely shifted from what it was on the first runs. Anything of note, Yuri?
Not really. I would say it's lots of improvements in those laps. But still, some of the championship contenders still have some work to do. For example, Ionescu only P18.
Yeah, that is true. We're seeing some pretty big names quite a bit down the order. Ionescu, who didn't really have the best race. He finished P13 last time out at Portimao, so it wasn't quite good for him, but I think he'll be hoping to improve this qualifying and race as well. As we're having some of the guys go out on the first one. It's Chao Shine first out again, so he's pretty early and I think pretty eager to get cracking with qualifying at his third run then, as he exits out of the pits on his outlap at the moment. And yeah, he's doing pretty well. He improved on his second run, so let's see if he'll be able to keep that consistent form and improve on his third. As yeah, the Porsches, safe to say, they are doing pretty well. P1 and P6 at the moment.
By the way, it's Michael 2-3.
Yeah, that is actually a pretty interesting thing. Michael Clark and Michael Mocho, P2 and P3. So I think that is pretty cool to have the two Michaels just behind each other, as Chashainat now starts his lap. Pretty cool to see these Formula E cars head through turns 1 and 2. You can really see how fast they go through those corners. I think it's flat out into these cars. I believe it might be. As we're going to see Chashainat's first sector time, just 0.07 of a second off.
But he is off his own personal best, so I would expect this lap to not be an improvement.
Yeah, it could very well not be an improvement for Fengxianok Chashainat, but we'll see if he can master sectors 2 and 3. I think sector 3 is where it's going to count, and I think that could play the difference for pole position, or provisional pole here in this qualifying at least, as we're going to see Chashain at sector 2 time, if it will be an improvement in the middle sector. And no, he's 3/10 off, so as you did say, Yuri, I don't think this is going to be an improvement, unfortunately for him. But yeah, there's some other guys out on track as well. Samet Özkan, I think I did spot there. But let's see Chashain then, as he's going to finish his lap. Let's see if it will be an improvement.
No.
For the Thai driver, no. Yeah, no improvement for him. I think next across the line was Samet Özkan. I believe. I do not know. Here's Rose Henson in the BMW then. There just ahead is a Jaguar, I believe. I don't quite know. Yes, it is. Yeah, Silva. So we're going to see these two cross the line then. Silva first across the line. Can he improve? No, he can't, but Henson can improve. And Henson goes P11 as Robert Ionescu slots behind the American into P12. Let's see Balin Jolga as he will cross the line. No improvement for the Hungarian. Tobias Kress is next to cross the line, as he's gone down quite a bit. He's down to P8. Let's see if the German can get himself back up into the top 5 as he will cross the line. No improvement for him. Javier Way, can he improve on his pole time? No, he doesn't, but I don't think he needs to improve. considering that it was a pretty good lap time. Coming around the final corner now is the Mahindra of Daniel Noakes. Let's see if he is able to improve. No, he is not. Rafael Duhamel improves, so he goes
Huge train.
P3. Yeah, wow, look at that. Everyone is just kind of going out at the same time. There. I think they've all...
Oscar is going purple into sector 1 and 2.
Yeah, this could be the pole time for Samet Özkan, as he won last time at Portimao. Can he take pole? Yes, he can, provisionally, as the Jaguar driver goes fastest by a 1/10 of a second. So that is yet another provisional pole sitter in this race. Good lap from Samet Özkan. And as Dominic Deselli, I believe, yeah, he crossed the line there. Could not improve. Let's see Eduardo Silva, though, Özkan's teammate, if he is able to set an improvement. As he does, it goes into P8. And I think he was the final car there to set an improvement on his run. But yes, that is the that is our previous race winner, Samet Özkan, who takes provisional pole. Let's see Michael Clark, though, as he crosses the line. Was not an improvement for the Brit, as I think Javier Weiss in, he's going to finish this lap. Let's see what it will be for him, as he's unable to improve. Michael Mocho, the man on home soil, cannot improve either, as here is Alexander Arnold, number 28, as he will finish this lap. Let's see what it will be for the German, as no improvement for Arnold either. So he stays where he is, as everyone is just coming in after the third run. Samet Özkan now takes pole, so yeah, that is him on provisional pole then at the moment, as Jordan Howell is the first car out this time, so a bit of a change there. But a pretty good lap time from Samet Özkan, what to say, Yuri?
Definitely, and going from last to first in time of one lap is quite impressive.
Yeah, I think he really found an improvement there, but I think that could also be something to do with track evolution. But let's see if anyone can snatch away that pole from Özkan then.
Yeah, I do think the lap is beatable.
Yeah, definitely. It's not too big of a margin, so I think we could definitely see someone else take away the pole, especially with 11 minutes remaining. So I think we are definitely going to see improvements in the top 5. And your top 5 currently is Özkan, Wee, Clark, Duhamel, and Mocho. So Rafael Duhamel splits the two Michaels there in P4. And then Samet Özkan, who's crept his way into the top 5. But yeah, Jordan Howell, as he is down in P17 at the moment. We'll see if he can improve on this lap, as he just starts this lap now. Down to the run into turn 1. As he heads through the fast right-handers of turns 1 and turns 2. Car looking on rails through those first few corners as he heads into the first real braking zone. Turn 3, and then down to turn 4. Let's see Howell's sector 1 time.
Off.
As he's 4/10 off there.
Way off, and Howell hasn't even had a good season this season. I would say he's been at the back most of the times.
Yeah, he is the only driver in Formula E to not have scored points yet in the season, which is, I would say, a bit alarming. Obviously, he has 2 retirements to his name and best finish of P13. So we'll see if he can break the curse today. But yeah, I do agree with you, Yuri, on that. It really has not been a good start to the season for Jordan Howell. But yeah, we'll see if fortunes will turn for him and if he can improve. Let's see then as he heads across the line. And no, it is no improvement for Jordan Howell. As next to cross the line would be
Kress.
Yeah, Tobias Kress.
Who's making an improvement on his lap time so far.
Yeah, good sector 1 from Kress in the BMW as he makes his way around turn 4.
I really like this BMW livery, by the way. For some
Yeah, it
reason.
is. No, I do agree with you on that one. It looks really good, in my opinion. I think it's a nice shade of blue, and I think probably it does really stand out with the fact that it's asymmetrical, and I think it kind of actually looks good with that. So, I do agree with you. Formula E always has very, how would I say it? Very unorthodox liveries, but I mean, they don't look bad, so. But let's see Creston as he crosses the line.
Loses on sector 3. As
Yeah.
South China is getting held up by Clark. Tactical held up.
Yeah. But, yeah, China definitely going to get held up here by Michael Clark. Let's see though as he crosses the line. Yeah, absolutely no improvement. He got massively held up there. As Rose Henson will be next to cross the line. As Henson makes their way around the final corner. Let's see what it will be for the BMW driver. P13 as Bivona behind cannot improve. Dummel's getting held up by Eduardo Silva there. So I don't think this will be an improvement for Rafael Dummel. Yeah, it isn't. Dominic Deselli next across the line. P15 for him. Robert Ionesco goes P16. Noakes, no improvement. Jolga, no improvement either. Jefferson can't improve either. As our poleman Samet Özkan cannot improve either. But no one with any massive improvement at the moment. We've only seen an improvement at the back. Let's see Age Prasan as he crosses the line. No improvement for him. There was Daniel. Can he improve? No, he cannot. Matthew Alder does improve. P19 for the British driver. As Nathan Normand will cross the line now. It's no improvement as Kress comes into the pits. Michael Clark still on a lap time with Chao Shinat behind as he's getting held up on his run. I think the Thai driver would be a bit frustrated with that. But we'll see if Clark can improve at least in that number 7 Envision Virgin racing car as he will cross the line. No. 1.5 seconds off as we got a pack of cars here. Mohammed Razin in this little group. As we'll see if Razin will improve as he will cross the line now. No
Lost
improvement.
a lot, so he got held up, I think.
Yeah. As here is Eduardo Silva then. As he
P3.
will come across the line. P3. Yeah.
It's
Good
a
lap
good
from
session for Jaguar.
Yeah, it really is. P1 and P3, they have done greatly today. As Michael Mocho across the line, he cannot improve. As I think those are all of the times.
I'm going to say because there's some talk into the chat. So you can, because there's a maximum of 16 laps in this in this setup. You can in GP4 you can just easily edit it to be like 100 laps if you want, but I've set up this mod to be 16 laps, so we won't run out of laps before the qualifying ends.
Yeah. But we have got 6 minutes remaining in the session, so time is of the essence. Would you say anyone was able to challenge Özkan? We didn't see a lot of improvements on the on this run specifically. So
yeah, maybe the track evolution hasn't been as good as some of the drivers expected. I will still say with one run remaining, I do think the lap is beatable, but I will also say that Jaguar has looked like they have nailed the setup for this qualifying session and they look really strong.
yeah, they really have, in my opinion. Yeah, I think Jaguar will be the top runners today, as it is Samet Özkan P1 and Eduardo Silva P3. So yeah, both Jaguars in the top 3, and I think that is pretty damn good for
because even though this is an equal car series, the teams can and do have different car setups in GP4.
Yeah. It is a spec series, but that is only limited to the cars. So, yeah, as you did say, stuff like setups can be changed and personnel and stuff to provide greater accuracy with the setups. So, yeah, we'll see. As Alexander Arnold is out, he's pounding around the track at the moment, as he will be the first man to cross the line on this run.
This lap isn't anything special by the looks of it.
And it isn't. No improvement for the German, as I believe he is in championship contention.
Nobody else was on a lap, so we will get to look at Jordan Howell trying to improve on his weaker qualifying performances.
Yeah, it's a shame for Howell, isn't it? He's really not done well.
And he didn't impress in BTCC last season either, if I'm correct.
I could just check where he actually did finish in BTCC in 2019. But yeah, as you did say, I don't think it was anything special. And no, it wasn't. He finished last in BTCC.
Ooh, yeah, that's...
So I think that speaks for itself, to say the least.
So yeah, I think he got into Formula E based on the things we had with some copy drivers. So yeah, he's a bit lucky to be here, but we do hope some good results coming into his way at some point.
Yeah, maybe he will score some points eventually this season. I think he will, but yeah, then again, he doesn't really have the best track record per se. But yeah, as qualifying is reaching its final minutes, as
this
Howell...
isn't going to be a good lap either.
Yeah, no, this is not going to be a good lap for Mr. Howell, unfortunately, as he will round the final corner. But we'll see, as Jordan Howell will cross the start-finish line. And yes, that is no improvement for him. Next to cross the line is Daniel Noakes, but he can't improve. So let's watch Tobias Kress.
No, Noakes just started his lap.
Oh, okay.
Kress
Tobias
improves.
Kress, yeah, Kress into the top 10.
Bivona, no improvement. And looks like there's not going to be lots of improvements going on. Oh, here's one. Rose Henson into P3.
Good lap from the American. Let's see Balanjolga then behind. If the Hungarian can improve, no, it can't. Robert Ionescu, bad qualifying for him.
Again,
as he cannot improve either.
Ionescu looked like a championship contender in the early races, but I think the crash on, I don't remember the track name, but the crash has definitely lost.
Look at that lap time.
Lots of improvements happening now.
Yeah, Jefferson just barely missed out on pole there. 0.03 of a second separated him and Özkan, as Nathan Norman took that P3 spot as well. So quite a lot of improvements there. As Daniel Noakes, we did mention him before. Here he is on a lap time, as he will round the final corner. Let's see what it will be for the British man in the Mahindra, as he makes his way through the final turn. Let's see what it will be for Daniel Noakes as he crosses the line. No improvement for him, as Tobias Kress is into the pits. 30 seconds remaining then in the qualifying session. As here's Michael Clark. He's had a pretty good track record in qualifying. Took pole last time out at Portimao. Let's see if Clark can improve as he will cross the line. No, it's no improvement from Michael Clark. He will stay P7 for now, provisionally.
His lap is ruined.
Yeah.
Let's see what happened here. Had to slow down.
Oh. Yeah.
And I think that's the qualifying over. No, it's not. There's still we.
Yeah. As he's had that ruined. Ah, shame for Javier Way, but let's see. Eduardo Silva's checker flag is now out. Qualifying is over. Waiting for the final cars to cross the line. Silva was the first across the line. He cannot improve.
That's it.
As
I think that's it. Oskan takes the pole position.
and
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, and that is Samet Özkan in the Jaguar, who takes a first pole position of the Formula E season. Or
Yeah.
his first pole position. Yeah. Well,
Very good performance.
Yeah. You have to admit a very, very good performance from Samet Özkan. He won the last race. He's been on pretty good form today. And yeah, that is him taking pole position for the race here at, or for the ePrix at Lisbon. So
Yeah, the race will happen instantly after the qualifying. I don't do breaks because it's going to. I think it's more difficult if I do qualifying, then I wait 2 hours and do race. I want to do them both at the same time.
yeah, it's better, isn't it? So you don't get to miss the action, which is pretty nice. We'll just have the race instantly after this. So
As we see, Mozzo is on slow down lap, and we should see the end results now.
and yeah, it is Samet Özkan who takes pole from Alan Jefferson and Nathan Ormond, I believe. We'll go through the starting grid in a bit then.
Yeah, we will tell the whole grid in this screen. So
Yes.
go on.
So yeah, do we do the 4x4 or do we just go through the entire grid?
Yeah, we can do 4x4.
Okay, so yeah, hello everyone, welcome to the race. This is the starting grid for the Lisbon ePrix. It's Samet Özkan, a first pole in Formula E for the Swede as he starts on pole position. And accompanying him on the second row is Alan Jefferson for Nissan. For some reason it displays the Mahindra, but that is wrong. He's in the Nissan EDAMS car. And on the second row we have Nathan Ormond, who just was able to improve in the final stages of qualifying. He starts P3 from Javier Way in the Porsche, who starts P4.
And in P5, Rose Henson in the leading BMW. Was it the leading BMW? Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Then, yeah, the cars, the grid graphics are wrong, but you can see the team name there, so it's all good. Eduardo Silva, P6, good qualifying for Jaguar. Then P7, Michael Clark, and P8, Rafael Damel.
P9 is Michael Mocho as Agi Praza and Venturi rounds out the top 10. Agatino Bivano, championship leader, just barely missing out on the points as he starts P11. And accompanying him is his championship rival Tobias Kress, who is in P12.
And in P13 we have Zhong Chanuk Zhao China. It doesn't even, the name is so long it doesn't even show the team. Alexander Arnold in P14, Muhammad Rasin P15, and Dominic Deselli in P16.
Robert Ionesco, poor qualifying for him as he starts all the way down in P17 as Daniel Noakes is P18. Jordan Howell is P19, and then it's Matthew Alder in P20.
And in the last row of the grid we have Darabus Daniel, really poor qualifying considering he is one of the championship contenders, and Balim Zolga rounds off the grid.
Yeah, the two Hungarians last, but yeah, Daniel with not a good qualifying at all. So the weather forecast, it is clear skies ahead of us.
It's a dry race, and that's something we have been gotten used to in the OC, but that did change at Spa. By the way, tune into the race highlights today, later on. But yeah, just a minute and we will then begin the race. Okay, now it's time to start the race.
Yes. As we see the Monaco loading screen for a second time. Luckily, we are not racing at this circuit. We are racing at Estoril.
Everybody loves Monaco in GP4.
And yes, as we see the starting grid then, getting ready to race here at Estoril, as we're going to watch the lights then. As it is Samet Özkan for Jaguar, who starts pole. But could Alan Jefferson do anything in P2 as we have 5 lights?
And away we go.
And we are underway for the Lisbon ePrix. So very good start for Jefferson, I believe. Is he already alongside Özkan into the first corner? I think he might be, but Özkan's going to shut the door on him. As a very good start for, I think that's Javier Way in P2. Has already made his way up into second place. Can he get Özkan there into turn 1? Does Way take the lead as he heads into the first corner? Yes, he does. What a lightning start from Javier Way as from P3. He takes the lead as there's a bit more battling down the back. There's Dummel, as I think Kress has got himself into the points. As
Bivona wide.
Oh yeah, Bivona's gone wide there. As the two Rocket Ventura racing cars side by side with each other for the points positions, I think that is. As yeah, there's Prasan and Dummel side by side for P10 as this battle is going on. As Özkan's gonna try it once again to reclaim that lead from Javier Way. Way shuts the door on Özkan. As Eduardo Silva under pressure now. Henson and Kress side by side. Good start from Tobias Kress as well, as he's now dueling with his teammate Ross Henson. But it is Javier Way who leads from Samet Özkan. Then it's Alan Jefferson, Mohamed Razin, and I think that's Michael Clark. No, Nathan Orman, sorry. And then it's Michael Clark in P5. As Jefferson is now on the back of Özkan. But what do you make of that start?
Oh, very, very exciting start. Lots of fighting across the field, and Xavier V brilliant launch from P3, getting into P1, and now he needs to defend, but Özkan is already on the attack.
Yeah, here goes Samet Özkan into turn 1 once again. He's hungry to reclaim that lead as Ormond is going to try it on Jefferson as well. Özkan on the inside into turn 2. Does he have the better traction? No, he doesn't. Better traction around the outside into turn 2 as Javier Way holds it. Nathan Ormond, though, has gone past Alan Jefferson for P3 as Ormond's already put into pressure on Samet Özkan. Look how close the top 3 are in this battle for the lead. About 4 cars involved then for the battle for the lead, as I think Michael Clark might try to stick his nose into this battle as well. But Javier Way under immense pressure from the Swede Samet Özkan, as Özkan's going to try once again. Is Way going to shut the door again? Yes, he does. No opportunity for Özkan to try the move into that corner then.
Absolutely no chance to get the move done on this lap yet. But oh no, V has a problem already. It's a loose wheel.
Dear. Oh no, and yeah, that's colossal for Javier Way. A loose wheel for the Porsche driver. That's gonna ruin this race completely. As look at that, he's already fallen down to P3. There's Michael Clark past him. And yeah, Nathan Ormond's gonna slip past as well.
Can he beat?
What has happened? Oh no, and that has absolutely cost. That's absolutely costed. Oh yeah, there's
it's
an
over
accident as well. Yeah. That is
and that's
yellow flags.
Horrible luck. The team didn't fit the wheel properly before the race start, and it's cost. His race is over.
And how heartbreaking is that for Javier Way, as he led the race, defended beautifully from Samet Özkan, and it ends in tears for him as, yeah, he just has a loose wheel. You can see that. The rear left, I think that was. And by no fault of his own, the race has been completely ruined for him. Samet Özkan reclaims the lead of the Lisbon ePrix, as Michael Clark is into P3. No, look at that. Wait, Alan Jefferson. He's taken the lead of the Lisbon ePrix into turn 1 on the inside then of Samet Özkan. As Özkan did try it on Way in the following laps. Yeah. Jefferson just much closer that time and had the better traction on the inside. Was able to get past Özkan then for the lead. So good stuff from Alan Jefferson. As there's a move, there is Alexander Arnold on Robert Ionescu as he gets the move done on the Romanian. Ionescu's teammate Bivona is chasing him down as well. Here's Özkan on the outside of Jefferson. Is Jefferson going to block him? Yes, he does. Moves over quite late there, just as Javier waited on someone that's going to have a few laps previously. As Tobias Kress now P7 charting his way through the field. As there's a move from Alexander Arnold. He's also wanting to cut through the field as well as he tries to pass the Mahindra there. As Jefferson still holds the lead from Summit. Özkan in P2. Özkan putting the pressure on Jefferson then for the lead. But I think he is building a bit of a gap as these two have pulled away from the others. Just a bit further behind. Rose Hansen now looking to overtake Tobias Kress as the two BMW teammates. Will they go side by side into turn one?
Lots of fighting in the mid-pack.
Yeah. As no, Hansen backs out of it, but Chaushina doesn't back out of this move as he wanted to stride into turn one but couldn't get done into turn two. Had to back out of that. As I think Matthew Alder got past Jordan Howell there for P17. As, yeah, look at that. Jefferson's really built up that gap now to Özkan, but I think that could probably close. As we see, I think that's Henson who tried once again on Kress, but couldn't quite get the move done just there.
Yeah, there's lots of... The mid-pack is being really close together at the moment.
Yeah, but I mean, you really have to feel for Javier Way, don't you? The Singaporean was doing pretty well in qualifying and did really well in the race, had a lightning start, then it just got all taken away from him like that. So I think it's a pretty big shame.
Yeah, he didn't get
Javier.
the chance to show what he would have been capable of in this race.
Yeah, pretty big shame for him then, as here's Henson side by side with her teammate Tobias Kress, as Kress actually might get Silva there into turn one. As he goes on the inside into turn one, gets the move done. Beautiful move from Tobias Kress as he gets past Eduardo Silva there. As, oh no, and that's the championship leader, Bivona.
He's out.
And what has happened to him? Yeah.
I think he's crashed.
Yeah, he's gone pretty far off as well. Oh dear. So here he is, side by side with the Mahindra. Goes wide. And has a pretty big off. What on earth happened there?
It looks like the car just slides out into turn one.
Let's see the onboard as he tries to hold the outside line. Yeah, it just went wide. I think maybe some form of lockup or something. But that is a pretty big crash for Bivona. That is him out. The championship leader will not score any points
Big
this race.
There.
Definitely. Well, this is good for Tobias Kress, but he is about over 20 points behind Bivona. So the closest guy to him, Darbos Daniel, is not in the points either. So I think he will. Obviously, he will still lead the championship after this, but yeah, that championship lead will be diminished after this round for sure. As Kress has made his way up into P6. Rose Henderson tries to follow her BMW teammate, trying to get past Eduardo Silva as well. As Nathan Ormond is trying to re-overtake Michael Clark there for P3. As the Brit and the American are going to go side by side into turn one. It's going to be Ormond on the inside and Clark on the outside.
That's an yellow flag overtake.
Yeah, look at that.
That is an...
As I think that was Silva who tried to...
But didn't get them... So... He's... wait, let's see if the yellow flag... Yeah, the yellow flag appears here and Ormond gets P3'd here. So that means Nathan Ormond has a 5-second time penalty for that move.
Ooh, and... Yeah, overtaking under yellows, a pretty good move, but maybe
Can
not.
somebody write it into the chat? I know Joe is away for the moment, so Nathan Ormond has 5-second penalty.
I'll put it in the chat. Yeah. Overtaking under yellows is not a thing you should do, and yeah, that has a 5-second added to his race time, Nathan Ormond. As Rafael Duhamel, I think was a lock up there further ahead, but Rafael Duhamel trying to get past Robert Ionesco for P12, that is. Yes, P12, as Ionesco himself is putting pressure to the Lone Mahindra. I think that is, or not Lone Mahindra, sorry. I don't know who that is. The Selly. Yeah.
Yeah, Deseli is here in the Mahindra, and
Yeah.
here's the fight between Silva, Henson, and Prasan. Prasan looks like could get the move, but now Henson gets into the slipstream of Silva and gets the move. Yeah, gets the move done.
And that is how you pull off an overtake, ladies and gentlemen, as Rose Henson makes her way into P7. As Balan Zsolga and Darbos Danilo, the two Hungarians, swapping positions as Zsolga goes up into P18. And I mean, the two BMWs are doing pretty well too, so they are making their way up the field. Tobias Kress as well, who started, was it P12 or P11? I don't know, but either way, he has had a pretty big charge up the field, and yeah, now he is...
Good race pace for the BMW so far.
Yeah, it really is. As Nathan Ormond still defending from Michael Clark, as he cleared the British driver. Obviously, he has a 5-second time penalty, so yeah, that will have big implications for Nathan Ormond. As I don't know if he has scored a podium. I think he has, right?
I'm not sure if he has.
No, he has not. Best finish of P10, he has 1 point to his name. And he now stands to score his first podium. But, yeah, just a bad time to overtake. And that's going to be a first podium in Formula E this season. Slipped away from his hands as the Selly and Ionesco is side by side there for position. As Ionesco gets the move
yellow.
done.
I think.
And what has happened? Dummel.
Turn
oh,
one.
Dear.
This combination of turns is. It is easy to make mistakes.
Yeah, turn one claims yet another victim.
Wide,
Three
and
wide.
yeah, tries to avoid a bit and then goes off and crashes out.
Yeah, you did not want to be on the outside line there. I think maybe he's got on. Maybe I think the track isn't really rubbered in on the outside there, so I think going offline just isn't really grippy. So I think understeer is quite prevalent on the outside into turn one. But yeah, turn one claims another victim as Rafael Duhamel is out of this race. That is the third DNF in only 8 laps.
8 out of 32, and yeah, it's I did say that turn 1, turn 2 combination might be a spot where drivers make mistakes, and it turns out it is what is happening at the moment.
Yeah. And I think, yeah, the only incidents we have seen is turn 1, but they went 3 wide there, and I think it's just a classic case of 3 into 1 doesn't go. As here is Dominic De Selle trying to re-overtake Robert Ionesco, as...
I don't recommend doing that, and he won't. But what about Alder? And that's a 5-second time penalty for Matthew Alder. And there's a crash again.
Oh no! And that's Daniel Noakes.
Noakes has survived it.
I think he's probably gone on the dirty part of the track in turn 1. Or something. That outside line is just really not good. Yeah, look at that. Just absolute understeer for Daniel Noakes. Um,
Luckily, it does not crash the car
yeah.
too. But oh, he's stuck.
Oh no. Oh yeah. S- think he's stuck. Actually, might be able to crawl his way back onto the circuit, seeing a tiny bit of movement.
It's really difficult so far.
Come on, Daniel. You can do it. Almost there.
Ooh.
Almost there.
Or is he? He might be able to do it. Oh, there he goes.
Oh, way. And he did recover from that. So, yeah, well,
Lots of
the
time
problem is...
lost though.
Yeah, exactly. As Dominic DeCelli tries to move on, is that Chauchinat? Yes, it is. Wait, did I say DeCelli? Why did I say that? I meant Ionescu. Sorry, the cars look similar. Both have red on them. But yeah, Ionescu trying to get past Pongchonok Chauchinat, trying to get into the points then in this race. Watch out, Robert, there's a yellow flag. You might not want to try that. As,
I don't think
we'll
he
see.
will try it. Yeah.
No. Yeah, good call from Ionescu there. As the Selly watches on. Arnold, no! As
Now,
he tries to get past Matthew Alder.
that isn't
Alder
a
up
yellow
that.
flag overtake. Because he got passed after the yellows ended on that spot.
And yeah, that is Alexander Arnold. So no penalty for Arnold then, correct?
Yes, correct. The overtake happened after the yellow flag ended. Like the spot, you can see it on the track map.
Yeah. Yeah, smart from Arnold. Tried to keep that battle going after the yellow flag zone. But yeah, green flags again, so no penalties will be dished out in that corner. Unless someone else goes off, I don't know. But yeah, we'll see. Alder and Ormond with 5-second time penalties. So yeah, pretty unfortunate for them, but they should have respected the yellow flags. As here is Mike. No? Yes, Michael Mocho. The two Michaels dueling. And it's going to be Michael Clark on the outside and Michael Mocho on the inside. As Michael wins. Mocho then. So Mocho is passed. As Ionescu, can he defend from Dominic DeCelli? Yes, he can. As Ionescu remains in P11. Here's Thomas Özkan. Wow, look at that gap. As Jefferson is just completely checked out. Özkan's just been in P2 the entire race. Jefferson really on good pace today. As this battle for P10 is still going on. Bit of a train from him behind Chauchinat, but we'll see if the others can clear him. As Ionescu is going to try on Chauchinat, but it's not going to work into this corner. Yep. Chauchinat shuts the door on the Romanian. As he is currently in P10. Here's Samet Özkan. Pretty lonely for him at the moment as he's just chilling in P2. As here we are on board with Robert Ionescu. Oh, bit wide for Ionescu. And that's going to allow the Selly to slip past. Let's see that again. As, yeah, just trying to follow Chauchinat, just pushing a bit too much, I think. Gets on the curb. And...
heavy understeer.
Yeah, understeered there. Then gets onto the gravel. And that's completely compromised his line. Goes wide. And DeCelli slips past there. So yeah, that's Dominic DeCelli up into P11.
As the Michaels are still fighting.
Yeah, the battle between the Michaels as Mocho defends from Clark. Here is Alan Jefferson in the meanwhile. He's 4.4 seconds clear of Samet Özkan. As that was Daniel trying it on his fellow countryman Balin Jolga. As the two are going to go side by side. Jolga on the outside, Daniel on the inside. As Jolga successfully defends. As I think Agi Prasan was able to get past Eduardo Silva there for P8. And he did. Dominic Deselli now wants a shot at trying to overtake Chao Shine as this train is just getting longer and longer. Some other guys getting involved as Ionesco will not accept that. He's trying to re-overtake Deselli. I think Ionesco is looked to have some pretty good race pace, but
The overtakes aren't just happening fast enough.
Exactly. Yeah, just
Jefferson increases the pace.
yeah, as pretty good run for Alex Arnold in these couple of corners as we head around the final corner. Let's see if anyone will try and moves on each other. I don't think Arnold's close enough to try it on Ionescu, but Deselli could well be close enough to try it on Chaushainat. Here he goes. As they're further ahead as a battle. I think that's Silva and Prasan. As Ionesco tries it on Deselli might get... No, actually holds it. So everyone holds station then for the battle for P10. As here's Alan Jefferson. Pretty boring for him as Jolga trying it on Daniel. Then Daniel was able to clear ball Jolga. But Jolga might have a say about that as he had a bit of a look on the inside line there. But could not try it. As Eduardo Silva is going to try it on the outside. Is that going to work? No, it does not. So he stays in position. We aren't seeing a lot of successful overtakes. Do you think everyone's just kind of... what were we going to say here? No, I completely forgot.
Well, all fine, but let's see, the battle of the Michaels keeps going on. I think the new rivalry has just dropped.
Yeah, let's see here as it's Michael versus Michael, but it's Michael who wins that. Michael Mocha remains ahead as Dominic Deselli trying to get past Chaushainat again into turn 1. Let's see if the Italian in the Mahindra will succeed with this move this time. No, yeah.
Ionescu makes a mistake and he's out.
No, and just barely misses the Neo there. But no, that is Robert Ionescu out. Oh dear, and a pretty big crash for the Romanian as well. That is, and yeah, let's see that again. As think he maybe got on, just went wide a bit, and just straight into the wall for Ionescu.
Yeah, loses the rear end and then hits the car.
Could we see that from Alexander Arnold's perspective? Because he just barely missed the Neo of Alexander Arnold. Look at this. Or I think it might be the other Neo, maybe. I don't know, but... Yeah, it's definitely the other Neo. Jordan Howell. Oh, look at that.
That's close.
By the skin of his teeth. Just barely misses Robert Ionescu.
But yeah, bad news for Robert Ionescu because there were some points were possible on that race.
Yeah, that is a third retirement this season for Robert Ionescu. What a shame. But yellow flags have been cleared, so that got cleared pretty quickly. As marshals removed that car rather quickly. As Dominic Deselli still putting the pressure on functional Chaushainat. As Alan Jefferson, with yet another fast lap, he's absolutely commanding the field today.
Yeah, I think he's pushing now for more pace to get a comfortable gap for the pit stops.
Yeah, that's one thing I didn't take into account either, the pit stops. But yeah, that could also change the entire race as Deselli tries it on Chaushainat. Is he close enough to succeed with that move? Let's see as the two are going to go side by side. Think Deselli might be close enough. No. Yeah. As Arnold's now putting the pressure on Deselli there, but it is Alan Jefferson. Here he is. The man from Brazil. absolutely commanding the field. Almost 7 seconds clear of Summit Özkan in P2.
Now Motso has pulled away from Clark and is fighting Ormond.
Yeah,
Actually
even
trying an
if he doesn't
overtake
succeed with
there.
this, yeah, that didn't quite work. But even if he doesn't succeed with this battle, and he does still keep a relatively close gap to Ormond, he will still have the P3, as we are halfway with this race now. But as we're gonna see Michael Mocho now on Nathan Ormond, as the two are gonna go side by side. Mocho's gonna have the inside line as they head down into turn 1. Let's see if Mocho and the Mercedes can get it. And yes, he does.
Quite
Swoops down the
easily.
inside and gets it done. Yeah, pretty easy move from Nathan, or not Nathan Ormond, sorry. Michael Mocho. But let's see, Dominic DeSelli, is he close enough to try it on Shynot on the inside then of the Thai driver? Let's see if he will succeed with this. No. I think Jordan Howell's been overtaken as well. Fallen down to P16. Here's Daniel Noakes.
He's out.
Whoa. And a mechanical failure for Daniel Noakes. And that brings a pretty horrid race to an end for Daniel Noakes. And yes, that is him out of the Lisbon ePrix.
And transmission failure. Happened really fast.
Yeah, wow. Just as we were looking at him as well. And yeah, just slowing, no power, and yeah, parks it. But yeah, that is the end of Daniel Noakes' race then, unfortunately. As we have yellow flags out at the moment, but back to green once again, as they took care of that rather quickly. Meanwhile, here we see Nathan Ormond, pretty good run he's got on Michael Mocho as he's going to try it to turn 1 on the Portuguese drivers. These two are going to go side by side. Obviously, Ormond isn't really fighting for position, but
Mocho will beat this lap. Same for Oskan and Jefferson.
Yeah, that could be interesting then. So we'll see what happens then. I think Özkan probably trying the undercut, maybe see if anything works. I think he's just trying to go for a different strategy, as there is a move from Dominic DeSelli, and finally he gets into the points. What a move from Dominic DeSelli. Clean move, gets past into the top 10 now.
Yep, very good move, especially since it's looked like everybody has had problems overtaking Zhao Chynat.
Yeah, but Nathan Ormond was actually able to get past Michael Mocho there. So he isn't really fighting for position, he's more fighting for time as he tries to build a gap to everyone else. Here is Alexander Arnold, I think? Yeah.
Yes.
As he's trying to get Chow Shynut now, but yeah, Chow Shynut, as here's Jefferson into the pits.
Jefferson and Oskan.
Yeah, Özkan follows. Let's see this then from Summit, Alan Jefferson, as they put on a set of brand new tires for him. Oh, has he?
That's a huge held up.
Yeah, look at that. Özkan's completely held him up in the pits. That's good for Summit Özkan at least. I don't think he's been held up. No, he hasn't.
Yeah, he's not far away.
Well, that's good news for Summit Özkan. But we'll see. Mocho re-enters in P11 as yeah, here's a bit of a train. What was that? We saw a bit of a train there, but don't know who that was. Yeah, look at this.
Mocho
Mocho's
has,
just...
yeah, because of the high fuel, I think the cars that haven't pitted will be a little bit faster.
Yeah.
So that's good news for those who are making their stops a little bit later. as Deselli is fighting with Silva now. And yeah, there's definitely lots of... The fuel is affecting a lot. For example,
Yeah.
with Michael Mozzo, and there's a lockup for Deselli.
Oh no. And yeah, but Deselli is showing pretty good pace. But as you said, the cars seem to get heavier after the pit stops. But yeah, Deselli proving to be pretty quick now that he's got past Chao Shinot, trying to put the pressure on Eduardo Silva now. We'll see if he can succeed with that as first one of pit stops as Tobias Kress is in. And Darbos Daniel is in as well. Here is Deselli on Silva as he goes on the inside of the Brazilian. Can he get it done? Yes, he can. Always satisfying to see moves into turns 1 and 2. And Deselli gets it done. Same way he did with Choshanet, he does it with Silva. As Nathan Norman takes a provisional lead of the race, but he has not pitted, obviously. Alan Jefferson exits P4. What is the gap to Özkan, may I wonder?
4.7.
Yeah, so it has diminished. That gap was about 7 seconds. So he lost 3 entire seconds in that pit stop. But we'll see if he can build up that gap once again. As here's Darbos Daniel, fresh out of the pits. Cruising around in P16. There's Mohammad Razin in P17 as well, as we just see him. As here's Nathan Ormond into the pits now.
And lots of pit stops happening again.
Yes.
Sinat is trying to overtake Silva. And looks like he's going to get the move done.
Yes, he does. So that is Charles Scheinert clearing Silva. But Nathan Ormond, I wonder what he might be trying at least. Maybe an overcut or something. Maybe that could be the better strategy.
Already pitted.
Yeah. But I was more thinking of the cars ahead of him. Because they did pit a bit earlier than him, so... But yeah, here's Michael Clark. He now takes the provisional lead of this race. As, I think these two, Clark and Henson, are going to be in the pits just shortly, so... Question is, well, when these guys will come into the pits. As Clark stays out, so the question, well, is how long can he go? As there was Arnold defending from who is that?
I think it was
Alder. No? I think that was Matthew Alder. Yes.
Yeah. And I think there was a pit stop going for Presson and Deselli and also Silva.
Let's see this then as Silva, Deselli and Prasan are into the pits now. As another car into the pits, then it looks like a Mercedes. And I think we could see some people getting held up here. As no Prasan is out without issue. Deselli.
Howell gets held up.
Yeah, Howell's been held up. Oh dear, yeah. As Matthew Alder now side by side with Alex Arnold into turn 1, and he gets it done on Alexander Arnold. So he's up into provisionally P11, but we'll see what position that will be after the pit stops. As Arnold is still trying to re-overtake. He's probably going to want to re-overtake Matthew Alder, as he's still quite close to the rear end of that Brit. Clark, has he pitted?
No,
No.
he will pit this lap.
Okay, so he finally pits, but yeah, because I was wondering when he was gonna pit. Henson's into the pits though, and I believe she's the only one to come in this lap.
Oh, Jefferson
Oh no, and Jefferson! And he's crashed!
Oh no!
Alan Jefferson, the race leader!
Oh, he's
And oh!
he's
And that's
taking out.
Özkan! I can't believe it! Jefferson and Özkan come together, and now Summit Özkan's out! Jefferson as well! He
There's
can't
another
continue!
flag.
A double...
Because Deseli has spun. What
The
is happening?
Selly! What on earth has gone on here? As yeah, look at that, the Selly
Oh,
spins in turn 12. But
this
wow,
we need
that is massive. Let's look at this again then. As Alan Jefferson heads into turn 1, gets wide, and yeah, just on the exit gets wide there, loses the rear end.
And this
Tries
is
to get the car around. There's
that's an
yeah,
horrible rejoin. That's
Oh.
a 10th place grid penalty if I've ever seen
for
one.
sure. Özkan, poor guy. He was doing so well in this race as well. There is, and yeah, just nothing he could have done there.
And the tires or anything don't get off the car, but the hit is so big that the car's engine just dies instantly. Just look at this.
Oh god. Yeah, a scary accident, and just how quickly the car stopped as well. And yeah, Jefferson just absolutely sent it to the barriers. Özkan, terminal damage for him. He can't continue. Neither can Jefferson. That is absolutely massive. The top two have been wiped out for the from the race. But the
Yep.
question is, who's gonna take the lead then?
Dramatic scenes in Estoril as Deseli has managed to rejoin much more safely than it happened. So this means that I think that Nathan Ormond is leading, but only on track, because he has the 5 seconds time penalty, which means that Rose Henson is the current leader after Clark pits.
Yeah, that is pretty big. Rose Henson will take the lead of the Lisbon ePrix then. Let's see Michael Clark though. Let's see where he will exit. As he comes out of the pits. Pretty nice stop for the Brit. Or the Englishman, should I say. Let's see where Clark will exit.
Oh, it's
As he
close.
Oh,
Clark leads.
yeah. Clark leads. As Michael Clark has taken the race lead.
It's amazing
so it was
scenes.
not Henson. Henson currently P2, but on track. She's P3 because Ormond is P2 at the moment. But look how close this is for Look how close this is for P1 at the moment. Clark, Ormond, and Henson. Realistically, it is just Clark and Henson. But I think Ormond could do bits to try and back up to try and back up the others behind, as Ormond already tries it on oh, now I'm losing the words here.
Ormond trying to get Clark, and I think the plan will be to build a gap. As for some reason Mocho has lost the pace.
Yeah, Mocho's pace just kind of fell off there.
And there goes Ormond.
As yeah, Nathan Ormond are gonna try the move on Michael Clark then for the provisional lead, that is, as the two are gonna go side by side into turn 1. Ormond, I think he has it into turn 1. Is he gonna get it? Yes, he does.
So
Nathan Ormond.
now he needs to build the 5 seconds gap to get the win.
Yeah, Nathan Ormond takes the lead of the Lisbon ePrix, but yeah, as you did say, Yuri, he needs to build a 5-second gap to the others to be able to take the race win here. As that was Daniel is going to try it on Eduardo Silva. This is for points. As Jolga watches by. Daniel getting past Silva then. So that is him up at the P10. Michael Clark then's fallen down to P2. As he still tries to put the pressure on Nathan Ormond. Rose Henson's there in P3 as well. I think Henson could probably try the move on Clark as well, as he's looking pretty close to Clark. Yeah.
Suddenly fight for the win became really close.
Yeah, definitely. And to think that Jefferson was leading by such a close amount. I would have said he was dominating the race up until that point. Let's see Rose Hansen then. She's got a pretty good run on...
but Clark has a run on Ormond.
Yeah, I was just going to say that. As Clark might try it on Ormond. Hansen's going to have to watch by as she might try to pick up the scraps from this battle. As Clark couldn't quite do it. As I think she had a bit of a thought of going on the outside there. But yeah, Clark moved over a bit. But yeah, Nathan Ormond holds the lead. Provisionally, it is still Michael Clark who leads, but obviously it's Nathan Ormond on the road. But yeah, let's see as... bit of aggressive defending there from Nathan Ormond. But Michael Clark tried it there. That's Silva. And turn one with yet another victim. As Silva can continue though, luckily. But it's going to watch out for that rejoin. Oh. Yeah, no cars. So Silva got quite lucky there. Let's see this though. As there is Jolga. And yeah, understeer gets on the dirty part of the track. And 180 degrees into the wall. Luckily no major damage. So he can continue, but he's lost quite a bit of positions.
It's been a very dramatic race.
It really has, hasn't it? As
and
Rose Henson.
here's the battle for the lead.
Yeah, Ormond versus Clark versus Henson, but it's going to be Ormond versus Clark as Clark tries it on the inside. Can't get it though, as he wasn't close enough to make the move. As Ormond holds the lead, but the battle still going on. Clark in hot pursuit of Nathan Ormond for the lead.
I think
obviously,
Clark would love to win this on track and not because of a penalty.
Yeah, obviously, and I think it will be pretty good for Michael Clark as well, considering that he, I believe, doesn't have a win. Or no, he does have a win in... No, he hasn't won this season, only has a pole.
Yeah, he hasn't won this season. I think he has some wins in the feeder series before, but not this season.
Yeah, I probably could. Let's see though, as no, what was I gonna say now? Yeah, Michael Clark still putting the pressure on Nathan Ormond, but I think Ormond is pulling away a bit. Let's see though, as Henson's got a pretty good run on Michael Clark, but Clark's got the run on Ormond as well. As let's see how this will play out.
Outside, maybe. No.
Yeah, could probably work. And Ormond's off. Nathan Ormond, that's the second race leader who's gone off there.
But
and it's ended.
Has he survived?
I think he has.
But he's stuck.
And what a shame for Nathan Ormond. That's the second race leader to have gone off at that corner. Michael Clark now takes the lead on the track.
Oh,
as Rose Henson will be yeah, that is big. As Ormond, I think it's slow. Daniel! What happened there? Well, it's kickstarted Ormond a bit, but where did Daniel come from? As I think it was dueling with Jolga there.
Oh, he just spins right into him.
Yeah, just unfortunate time and place for Daniel. As, yeah, he's out for sure. But Ormond, can he get that car
Oh, Daniel
running?
is reversing the car.
Yeah, I think Daniel... No, I think these two boys might be stuck. Oh, what a shame for Nathan Ormond, though. He was running so well. Especially considering that he hasn't had a good result at all this season.
Daniel
Well,
gets
that...
back on the track and Ormond is trying,
Like he's,
but it looks quite difficult. And meanwhile, this is some important fight.
with 5 laps remaining, here's Rose Henson on Michael Clark. As this is the battle for the lead between Henson and Clark. Henson on the inside of Michael Clark. And Rose Henson takes the lead of the Lisbon ePrix from Michael Clark. What a race we're having. As Michael Clark still putting the pressure on Rose Henson as Age Prasan. Trying to get Alexander Arnold. Arnold is P5. Look at that. But Arnold's going to defend on the outside line as he does so successfully. Michael Mocho is P3. As, yeah, I think,
I mean, there's
yeah,
no point for Ormond to get back into the track.
yeah, it's over for Ormond. What a shame, though. Really. I mean, yeah, the 5-second penalty. I mean, at least it would have got maybe a podium. But, yeah, this is just such a shame.
Yeah,
Ormond,
turn
isn't
one
it?
has been very troublesome for the drivers today.
Yeah, claimed many victims. But Rose Henson now leads. And I believe... hold on, let me check.
And look at this. Jordan Howell could be getting his first points.
Oh, wow. And I think this will be Rose Henson's second win since... Let me check. Baku 2017 in Formula E. So, yeah, that is obviously assuming that she does hold the lead from Michael Clark.
I do think she can do it. Looks like the
Yeah.
pace seems to be on
But
Rose
wow,
Henson's
yeah,
side.
look at that position gain statistic.
Yeah.
Matthew Alder's up 13 places, so is Balin Jolga. And Jordan Howell, as you did say, Yuri, is going to score points in this race.
Yeah, it's been a chaotic race, and this is when the drivers that might not have the pace, this is where they need to just keep it clean and take whatever is possible.
Yeah, yeah, Ormond is out. But his car is still functioning, so it's not officially declared as a retirement. But that's a bit of a shady place to park at, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, I think he's still trying to get out.
I mean, I appreciate the dedication, but, you know, I don't think he's gonna go anywhere.
Oh, it might actually, but yeah, he's already like several laps down.
Yeah, exactly. I think he just wants to finish. As, yeah, I can see just how close the cars brush by him.
Yeah,
So,
just hope he doesn't rejoin in front of anybody.
yeah, hopefully not. Or otherwise it could be a very, very nasty crash. And obviously we don't want that after what happened between Jefferson and Özkan.
He's so close to the actual track
Oh,
now.
yeah. It is very anxiety-inducing, isn't it? Come on, Nathan. Yeah, I can just see the cars just absolutely brushing by there. Oh, almost there.
Oh, it might
Almost there.
happen very soon. Nope, still no, he has to wait for the 3 cars.
Good thing he's waiting at least. Oh, come on.
The
Come
wheels
on.
are spinning.
Easy does it. Almost there.
There's 2 laps remaining. Here's the race leader coming soon. Oh!
Oh, that is so close. Oh, that is... Look at that.
What a save!
Just gets the absolute oversteer straight onto the collision course with Nathan Ormond. Saves it. That is... Wow. If that's not the save of the season, I don't know what is.
Crazy stuff. Absolutely crazy.
Goodness me. As we're just slowly watching Nathan Ormond trying to make his way back. Oh. Oh yeah, just look how close that is. That's so scary. But yeah, you have to really give it to Rose Henson. That's some bravery from the American.
Yep. Amazing stuff. I was sure that there was going to be a crash.
Yeah, me too. She was straight, just heading for Ormond there. Come on, Nathan.
Oh.
Way! Yes, Nathan Ormond's back on track.
And he's done it. After 5 million years, he's back on the track.
And yeah, I mean, you have to appreciate the dedication, don't you? But I mean, he's not gonna finish anywhere apart from last. But I mean, I guess he still wants to finish, so I can applaud that.
As Rose Henson starts the final lap of the race.
Yuri, I would like to ask a question. Out of all people to have won this race, would you really have expected the podium to be Henson, Clark, and Mocho?
Definitely not. I did expect Oskan and Jefferson on the podium, but as we saw, they crashed out with each other. With the dangerous rejoin. Jefferson took way too much risk while leading the race comfortably, and it has costed, because now he has a grid penalty and no points for this race.
Yeah, Jefferson just kind of ruined it for himself, but he was leading so dominantly. And I mean, Özkan was doing so well in qualifying as well. P2 has still been good for the Swede, but then, by no fault of his own, he just crashed out. Then Nathan Ormond was in the mix to take the win. And then, you know, he had the crash as well. Now he's going to finish dead last. Then it was Michael Clark who led the race. But it is going to be American Rose Henson. Her first win since 2017. As Rose Henson will cross the line to win here at Lisbon. As Rose Henson wins the Lisbon ePrix. What a race! What a race!
Yeah, it's that was something else.
Really, really was. Second ever race win in the GP4 OC for Rose Henson. Absolutely great stuff from her. She did well with the situation she was given and made some pretty good moves. Michael Clark will finish P2 and Michael Mocho with a pretty surprise P3. But Jordan Howell
finally getting some points.
Finally, for Jordan Howell, as we were talking about him in qualifying, he scores P10, his first points in Formula E this season. Nathan Ormond ended in tears for him. He did really, really well, even with that 5-second time penalty, but he will unfortunately finish last. Dominic DeCelli would have probably got good points as well, but that spin cost him a lot. And the same goes for Darabos Daniel, as he could have done pretty well today as well, but yeah, just did not end well for him either, as he will be the final car to cross the line. I mean, wow, were we expecting that?
No.
Yeah, no, not at all. As, yeah, just a crazy race all around. I believe Alan Jefferson gets the fastest lap?
No, Rose Henson scored the fastest lap right at the end.
Ooh. So Rose Henson gets the fastest lap as well. But we'll go through the race results. 4x4?
Yeah.
So, Rose Henson, a second race win for the American. Just drove greatly today as she takes the win here at here at Estoril with Michael Clark, who takes P2. And that's the other Michael, Michael Mocho, who finishes P3 with Tobias Kress, who's done pretty well. That championship gap will definitely close down after this as Tobias Kress finishes P4.
And then Alexander Arnold gets P5, Agi Prosan P6, and Matthew Alder, who
5 second time penalty.
Yeah, 5 second time penalty means that he is going to drop into P9, which means that Song Chanok Chao Chinet is 7th and Balin Solga is 8th. And Jordan Howell finally gets a point, P10. And yeah, you can do the next.
Yeah. Dominic Deselli just missed out on points, but he was doing really well until he had that spin, unfortunately. He finishes P11. Eduardo Silva is P12. As Mohamed Razin is P13. Then it's Darabos Daniel in P14.
And Nathan Ormond 4 laps down because of what happened. And Alan Jefferson, Samet Oskan, they had the crash, the controversial crash that took them out from the lead fight. And Daniel Noakes had the gearbox failure. And you can do the final.
Yeah. So Robert Ionescu, big crash in turn 1. Same with Rafael Dumel. Same goes for Agatino Bivona. All the 3 crash in turn 1. And Javier Way, really unfortunate for him. He could have really been in contention for the race win today, as he DNF'd on lap 1 after a loose wheel. But
going to
yeah, that
fastest lap chart for one time, as we can see. So yeah, that's all.
Yes, that has been it for Formula 8 today. Really, really interesting race. Was so exciting to be here.
Yeah.
Do you have anything to say about the race, Yuri?
Not about the race, but expect BTCC at 1 p.m. tomorrow.
Yeah, so the GP4 OC action does not end here, as we got BTCC tomorrow. But yeah, that is it. Thank you so much for watching. It has been a really exciting race. I've been Miran.
And I have been your god.
Yes. Thank you so much for watching. And yeah, congratulations to Rose Henson on the victory once again. And yeah, we will see you tomorrow 1 p.m. for BTCC. So thank you and goodbye.